10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the virtual demo day of Cohort 7 of the NetApp Accelerator, Navigating Change. My name is Anuj, and I'm your host for this evening. Now, due to the present conditions, it's unfortunate that we can't meet physically, but we have you here on this amazing virtual platform. So before we go any further, I want you all to give a nice, loud virtual round of applause to everybody who've tuned in here. Come on, everyone, put your hands together. And make sure you use the comment box, the chat box, and send in your comments. And I want all of you to be geared up with all the energy that we can use and send in your comments. I am ready right now in the comment box before we start. Come on, everybody. I want to see everyone type in I am ready in the chat box and send it up. And let's see how many of you are ready for today. Fantastic. Now we've got an action-packed agenda and a day ahead for you. You're going to see 7 amazing startups make their pitch. And you're also going to get a chance to take part in a very cool quiz where you're going to get a chance to walk away with some vouchers. I'm also going to be sending some poll questions your way, and a lot more is in store for you. So all in all, keep your energy level up, high, and skyrocketing. And now, ladies and gentlemen, before we go any further, I want you all to think of what the word change means to you. Well, one thing is for sure, the pandemic has taught us a core lesson. Resources are not sufficient, and nobody is waiting for you. With the changing times and resources, there are a few startups who thrived. The startups had newfound opportunities and a whole new market up for grabs. They flourished through the commotion of information. And soon, you're going to meet the navigators live in today's session. And since you're an amazing audience, we have something very special that we've planned for you. It's a little way of giving back to nature. For the first 200 joinees today, we're going to be planting a sapling in your name, and you're going to get an email which will give you updates to see how your sapling is growing over the years. So if your friends or colleagues have registered for this event and still not logged in, now's the time for you to pick up the phone, give them a call, and make sure they sign in, because the first 200 only are going to get these saplings. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before you get to meet these awesome startups, let me give you a little insight into what today is all about. In a world full of generalists, NetApp is a specialist. We're focused on one thing, helping your business get the most out of your data. NetApp brings the enterprise-grade data services you rely on into the cloud and the simple flexibility of cloud into the data center. Our industry-leading solutions work across diverse customer environments and the world's biggest public clouds. As a cloud-led, data-centric software company, only NetApp can help build your unique data fabric, simplify and connect your cloud, and securely deliver the right data, services, and applications to the right people, anytime, anywhere. And today, we are here for the amazing NetApp Accelerator. This is the global startup program of NetApp, a 4-month program that supports B2B tech product startups develop cutting-edge solutions by providing them with access to NetApp's technical and business mentorship, customers, tools, technology, business support services, and as well as connect them with ecosystem enablers and influencers. The NetApp Accelerator works with startups from a diverse set of technology areas that include, but are not limited to, hybrid cloud, IoT, big data, analytics, deep learning, virtualization, cybersecurity, data management, Kubernetes, containers, and other adjacent areas. The program empowers startups to achieve breakthrough success by supporting them with world-class technical and business mentorship by NetApp experts. Now that you know what's in store for you, it's time to kickstart this event. I'd like to invite the SVP Engineering NetApp and the executive sponsor of the program, Octavian Tanasse, to say a few words on this virtual gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Octavian.
Good evening, and congratulations on your accomplishment as part of the NetApp's Accelerator program. I want to acknowledge that this cohort included the launch of Accelerate Her for women entrepreneurs. NetApp believes in the investment and enrichment of diversity and equity in industry, and we're especially committed to the success of women in technology. So let's take a moment to look at why NetApp. At NetApp, we put data at the heart of our business, as well as our customers' business. Now, we have been innovating as a storage and data company for 28 years, and this is something that we're really passionate about. As we innovate, we think first of how to bring the power of the cloud into the data center, as well as how to take our leading data center technology and bring them into the cloud, whether that cloud is public or private or hybrid. We allow you to be cloud integrated, cloud connected, cloud ready. 2020 has been anything but a business as usual year. But it was a time when data-driven digital transformation has become a survival requirement. Cloud services and experiences are now expected. They fuel innovation and enable businesses to scale, adapt at speed. Now, everybody's aware of Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, AWS, and IBM. They are the world's leading cloud providers, and they rely on NetApp for storage and data management. ONTAP, NetApp's core technology, it's integrated in these clouds, and these capabilities are ready whenever you're ready to run your applications. So no matter where and how you begin in the NetApp portfolio, you're building your data fabric in a way that frees your developers to build anywhere and frees customers to engage on their own terms. Now, a couple of observations about us as a company and how we work with people. And we are really proud in the way we approach our work and how we relate to each other and how we partner among ourselves and with our customers. And that's because we put people first. We foster a collaborative, craftsmanship and innovative culture. We're specialists at the cutting edge of technology and value the opportunity to mentor, engage, nurture with startups through programs such as the Accelerator program. And this program has produced over time over 40 graduates, companies that have focused on cloud, AI, ML, and emerging technologies. Now, to conclude, against the background of global pandemic, civic and social unrest, and seemingly countless other watershed moments of humanity, we have witnessed the importance of the connections made possible through incredible advancements in technologies that were a result of programs like this, an organization like yours. Thank you for helping us continue our tradition of innovation and enjoy the rest of the event. I'm excited to see what's to come in our continued partnership and collaboration. Cheers.
Thank you, Octavian, for setting the context so beautifully, and thank you for speaking to all of us at this time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a poll. You're going to see a question pop up on your screens. Please select what you feel is right. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. We just want to know what you feel. All right, so the poll question 1 is, which technology among the following can create the biggest impact on us in next 5 years? Is it artificial intelligence and machine learning, AI and ML, augmented reality and virtual reality, AR and VR, genomics and gene editing, machine-to-machine communication? Please tell us what you feel is going to be the biggest impact in the next 5 years. Thank you for the poll, ladies and gentlemen. And the next person I'd like to invite on stage is the leader of NetApp Accelerator. She drives new initiatives in her role as Director, Engineering Programs. She brings with her over 18 years of global experience across finance and technology. An alumni of IIM Ahmedabad, she enjoys driving innovation and taming the power of technology to achieve organizational growth. She's been an entrepreneur, angel investor, mentor, and advisor to many startups. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a virtual round of applause for the amazing Madhurima Agarwal, everyone. Come on, put your hands together and welcome her on stage.
Change is inevitable. And the past year has shown us that for organizations to survive and thrive in the face of change, strong and effective leadership is key. Leadership in times of change can be both exhilarating and challenging for a true leader. Today, I want to share with you the top 3 leadership lessons that have served me well over the years. Inspire and share vision. Empathy, removing attachments to past and present. First, inspire and share vision. During turbulent times, a true leader is able to inspire and keep the team focused on the task. The ability to share the vision and drive participation across the spectrum is what differentiates a successful organization from a mediocre one. While working virtually, it was this shared vision of helping startups succeed and driving innovation that has kept us going strong. We've now run 2 cohorts fully virtually with equal gusto, if not more. The second is empathy, a quality widely referred to when talking about leadership, which becomes a critical competency during times of change. Empathy is what inspires followers and builds a team. During the pandemic, there are various instances when we saw live demonstration of this quality amongst us. I would love to share the heartwarming stories shared by the various teams. And one common theme that stood out was that we all became more human. The third, removing attachments to past and present. The ability to bring a fresh perspective to the situation at hand and focus on the future is a hallmark of visionary leaders. Breaking away from the bindings of what was done earlier and having the courage to embrace the new defines a change leader. Earlier, when we started our journey, it was a cohort which worked out of a co-working space on our campus. Today, it's a fully virtual cohort, creating a broader impact than earlier. Whether change is driven by necessity or by choice, a true leader will always be ready for change. I keep asking myself the question, what is it time to work on now? And it is this that has served us well. We launched the Accelerate Her program, and today we have the first set of startups under Accelerate Her graduating. Accelerate Her is an important program for NetApp with a focus on driving participation of more women entrepreneurs in the ecosystem. When we evaluate startups, one of the most important factors behind the success of a startup is its leadership. I'm proud to share some of the notable recognitions won by our alumni during the past 6 months. Securely Share, CloudSec, Mylin Foundry, and Lightwing won the NASSCOM Emerge 50 awards. Senseforth was named as Gartner Cool Vendor in Conversational AI Platforms 2020. Gartner recognizes InstaSafe as a representative vendor for Zero Trust Network Access. We look forward to the Cohort 8. Applications are open. Apply today at startup.netapp.in. It's been a fantastic journey so far. 7 cohorts graduated and we look for the 8th cohort. Let's have a look at the video which captures some of the moments from our journey so far.
Thank you very much, Madhurima, for speaking to us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's quiz time. For all you audience members, this is your chance to participate and win those very exciting vouchers that I spoke to you about earlier. Right through the event, I'm going to ask you a few questions. All you have to do is type in the correct answer in the chat box, and the first 3 correct answers for each question that I see on my screen are going to go home with those vouchers. Please remember to type the question number along with the option right next to it and send it in as quickly as possible, because you have only 10 seconds to answer, so be quick and be very, very quick. Moving into question 1 for the quiz. This is, how does NetApp Accelerate Her program benefit women entrepreneurs? You have 4 options. Option A, mentorship and coaching opportunities for women entrepreneurs. Option B, access to resources offered to the main program. Option C, get to collaborate with women in technology at NetApp. And option D, all of the above. And your time starts now. And to see all the correct answers coming in, only the first 3 are going to get those vouchers. Send them in nice and quick, and your time is up. I see a lot of correct answers coming in, and I'm going to reveal who the winners are very shortly. But before that, let me tell you, we've come to the most awaited part of the session, the Cohort 7 pitches. The work you see today is a journey that began in October 2020. It's been an exciting 4 months with lots of learning and connections built within and outside of NetApp. Audience, let me tell you, if you have any questions to the team, you can use the Q&A tab on your screen to post those questions. Those of you looking at getting in touch with the startups can also use the chat window or email us, and we'll put you in touch with them. Also, do check out the handbook, which is in the handouts tab on the top right corner of your screen. And now, without further ado, like I said, we have 7 amazing startups who are going to be pitching their offerings, a testament to the power of their idea and solutions and zeal to execute flawlessly. We're going to get them up one by one on your screen, starting with startup number 1. The first one is here to present, and their name is Cloud Hedge. And to introduce them, I'd like to invite their mentor, Manish Kumar, Senior Director of Engineering, Cloud Volume Services, NetApp, right here on your screen. Over to Manish.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Manish. I head the cloud engineering here at NetApp Bangalore. Today, I'll be introducing Cloud Hedge, which is solving a very important problem in the area of application modernization. So with increasing popularity of cloud as a platform and more customers wanting to migrate to cloud, app modernization has become a hot space. And there are many players who are trying to help their customers to build a simple and scalable solution to this. I believe Cloud Hedge team is doing a fantastic work in this area that will help customers to modernize their legacy applications by discovering the right applications, right workloads that can be containerized, and then orchestrate them either in a choice of their cloud. It could be a public cloud or it could be a private cloud. NetApp Public Cloud Service team has also been working in similar areas, and the recent discussions with Cloud Hedge team has helped leverage both the parties learn and help each other. I wish Abhijit and Cloud Hedge team all the best in their future endeavors. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Abhijit Joshi, CEO and co-founder of Cloud Edge Technologies, a revolutionary platform that automates the migration and modernization of enterprise applications. But let me set a baseline before I introduce the company and the product. As human beings, we like to scale and prosper. And while doing so, we migrate to other cities, other countries, we modernize our homes. And most often, it is a painful process. And yet we go through it. The degree of difficulty increases if you're trying to modernize your home while living in it or while trying to move in it. Now imagine tens of thousands of homes going through this. It will be very painful, right? And how do we solve this? However, we are not here to talk about the human migration. We are here to talk about the enterprise application migration and modernization, and at a scale not in tens or hundreds of thousands of applications, but literally millions of applications. Most of the migration and modernization projects are either over the time, over budget, or both. And yet, they don't make the best use of cloud. So is there any innovative solution that significantly eases the pain, reduces the cost, reduces time, and it's just the best practical way to migrate and modernize? And that's why we built Cloud Edge. It is a second generation of migration modernization platform that is built on patent pending technology and that can modernize your application while you're trying to migrate it. It's a revolutionary product which modernizes hundreds of applications simultaneously and reduces time and cost, making the process much more simpler and very, very predictable. Typically, CloudEdge can deliver the modernization and migration in 1/4 of the time than the existing methods. Over the past 2 years of journey, CloudEdge has been leveraged by very large enterprises, federal organizations, governments to modernize applications and accrue benefits of cloud. For example, large banks across multiple countries, leading airports, leading food industries, stock exchanges, automotive, and large industrial houses have used our platform to modernize applications literally in days and weeks and not in years and months. They have increased agility, scalability, stability of applications, and enhanced the user experience and to be steps ahead of the competition. Talking about application landscape, across any large enterprise, it is very complex. It's a mix of hundreds or thousands of bespoke applications, COTS applications, multiple operating systems, their versions, databases, application servers, and networks. That's where our platform does the assessment and analysis of all complexities or the dependencies and presents that information to decision maker to arrive at a right method of modernizing an application. CloudEdge just does not stop at the recommendation report, but it actually executes that. Once the decision is made on the right treatment and transformation way of an application, CloudEdge continuous transformation, modernizes and deploy applications pretty much in no time. This makes the entire modernization process very predictable, cost-effective, and faster. Also, the business demands applications to have on ongoing basis. Simply migrating and modernizing won't cut them. It is a continuous process, and it has to be continuously transformed to address user expectations and compliance needs. That's where a CloudEdge CTX, continuous transformation platform, comes in picture. CloudEdge platform accelerates the path towards cloud native and microservices. CloudEdge is the first of its kind, and probably only of its kind, a platform that modernizes application end to end at the same time, significantly reduces time and cost. CloudEdge is a completely cloud neutral, technology neutral platform that helps customers. With 300 to 500% growth in past couple of years, we are raising Series A this quarter to accelerate and further fuel our growth into the next journey. So to reduce the pain of modernizing your application and transform them on an ongoing basis, or to participate in our growth story, please sign up at cloudedge.io. Thank you.
Thank you, CloudEdge. And that was startup number 1 that came here and pitched. Moving on, I'd like to call the second startup, and they're called Blinkin. And to introduce them, I'd like to call their mentor, Saji Joseph, Director Software Engineering, NetApp. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Saji.
Technology is changing our lives more than ever. We are starting to blur the line between virtual and reality. Many enterprises are looking for ways to augment humans with machines. Tremendous innovations are happening to apply various modes of AI to remotely assist or enable customers self-serve. In 2020, the pandemic has thrown more challenges at us, where being present at a customer site is the last thing we can or want to do. This is where the technology platform built by Blinkin has become very relevant to the world of today. Through Blinkin's AI and AR platform, they can connect with customers, see what customer sees, guide the customers or support person on site, and resolve with visual assistance. I am truly privileged to introduce Dheeraj Chaudhary, co-founder of Blinkin, to the demo day of NetApp Accelerator Cohort 7. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Dheeraj Chaudhary, one of the co-founder of Blinkin. At Blinkin, we are revolutionizing after-sales tech support. We have been the winner of several prestigious awards, from Global AI Startup Pitch Contest to SaaS Stock Pitch Competition, Startup of the Year from GenSep, Seal of Excellence from European Commission, Invest in Bavaria Award, IIGP 2.0 awarded from Tata Trust and Lockheed Martin, and have worked with global companies like T-System, L&T Defense, ADAC, Velo, Tata Steel, and many others. When we were kids, we loved buying new toys, playing with it, and break it. The journey of toy is that simple. But what happens when it comes to devices or machines? Yes, you need tech support. And after sales tech support is broken. It takes at least 30 minutes from finding a number to explaining the issue to register a simple complaint. On an average, every resolution takes at least 4 phone calls. 80% of the cases still use audio call to explain visual information, which leads to blind diagnosis of the visual problem. And an expert frequently needs to travel even for primitive issues, which has become impossible due to COVID today. So here comes Blinkin. Blinkin solves all this problem with its 3 integrated offering called Blinks, Scotty, and Houston. Using AI and AR, Blinks helps understand the problem visually, connect and guide seamlessly using Scotty, and empowers customers or semi-skilled technicians with self-service bot called Houston. Blinks is an asynchronous one-click visual data collection and complaint registration service. The AI guides the end user to record the video, also extract needed information in the process. This helps in call deflection to the right support team. Scotty, on the other hand, is an AR-powered human-to-human visual collaboration platform. The agent is able to handhold users and guide them using augmented on-screen annotations. And moreover, this annotation sticks to the object, unlike sticking to the mobile screen. With our existing customer, Vero, we are currently active in 53 plus countries. And with Houston, we bring you the best support agent anytime, anywhere. ADAC, a roadside assistance car club based out of Germany, asks us if Houston can help an user with self-service bot to detect and diagnose, troubleshoot, and primitive issues, thereby reducing unwanted call volume. Here you see a demo on how Houston guides end user with engine oil level measurement. All this works without any app installation, with all the cognitive capabilities on the web browser. We have reduced the training time for Houston skills using our proprietary data acceleration pipeline, and it is also complemented by Scotty data channel. The coronavirus outbreak has forced many companies to stress test working from home. It also forces us to deliver technical support remotely. Blinkin, with its existing customer, Hoover Runner and Velo, was able to remotely install ventilation system and fix water pump at Wuhan and at Italy in the month of January and April 2020. Blinkin is a pure web-based, no app installation required software as a service product. We found that there has been 30% massive reduction in on-site visit, 1 visit saved is equals to 1 year license cost, increase in expert bandwidth, first call resolution, and improved customer satisfaction index significantly. With our strong presence in India and Germany with highly experienced team, we are 15 people today. We have the right mix of Indian agility needed for tech development and German precision and planning for execution. At Blinkin, we envision to change the way tech support works today by giving the world a help button. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Team Blinkin. That was amazing. Now we're moving to our third startup for the day. I'd like to call Arintra up, and to introduce them, I'd like to invite their mentor, Vivek Prakash, Director Software Engineering, NetApp. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Vivek.
Hi, I'm Vivek Prakash, Engineering Director at NetApp. I've been engaged with Arintra through this Cohort 7. Technology advances in healthcare have brought in relevant data and information for physicians, which has enabled them to make better decisions and improve the diagnosis process. AI in fields like medical imaging, drug discovery, virtual assistants, adds in the dimension of intelligence to this decision-making and diagnosis process. Arintra has ventured into the space of virtual assistant to enable physicians to spend less time on EHR. Physicians spend a lot of time in collecting patient history, understanding historical charts before they can have fruitful discussion with the patient. This has led to a serious problem of long wait time in getting appointments, averaging out to 24 days. Arintra has automated and simplified this process with help of AI, thus enabling physicians to spend less but more relevant and effective time with patients. I believe this is a very practical and a critical problem to be solved, and Arintra is rightly focused in that space. I wish them all the best in their venture. We'd like to invite Nitesh to give us more details. Thank you.
Hi, we are Team Arintra. We are solving one of the fundamental problems of US healthcare. I have a personal story to share. My co-founder Preeti and I have been living in the US. In July 2014, I wanted to take an appointment with a Stanford specialist doctor. I was told I need to wait 4 months to meet her. We were astounded. We wanted to meet her in a day or two, not after 4 months. I was angry and frustrated, but I assumed she must be very, very busy and spending all the time seeing more patients. After 4 months, when I actually met her, I was even more frustrated. She spent 15 minutes with us, and in that, half of it was spent on her software, finding my past data in the records and documenting details of my current visit. We started digging deeper into this. We were very surprised with what we found. Turns out that the doctors in the US are spending more than 5 hours on EHR on their software daily. That is more than half of their day. Twice the time is spent on desk work and EHR compared to patient care. Why does it matter? US healthcare is losing $4.6 billion every year because of this. And the story that I shared is not a unique story. Indeed, the wait time in this country is 24 days, which is more than 500 hours of wait time for every patient. How about doctors? How does this impact them? Turns out that this has even bigger an impact on doctors. More than half of doctors have reported some form of burnout. Significant number of doctors are choosing to retire early. Some are choosing to work 4 days a week or 4.5 days a week. So how do you solve this fundamental problem? We are taking a pioneering approach here. Arintra is an AI-powered software that dramatically reduces the amount of time clinicians spend documenting and preparing for patient visits. We do this by creating a dashboard view of one patient across all his past records and auto-creating patient documentation. This saves US physicians 2.1 hours daily. That is more than 20% of their workday. So effectively, for a hospital of 5 doctors, we are adding 1 extra doctor. This is how impactful Arintra is. It gets even better. In these 2 hours, doctors can see more patients or do something else. But if they choose to see 3 more patients every day in these 2 hours, that is more than $100,000 added revenue per doctor. The way Arintra works, using all the past data of a patient, we generate a dashboard view of the patient and highlight relevant details. This helps them understand their patient better and faster. Arintra then captures very, very detailed patient history, just like your doctor. That is the intelligence we have built in Arintra. Ours is a B2B SaaS model. This is a huge market with 5 billion TAM. And the timing is perfect. 3 reasons for this. lots and lots of data for doctors to consume, patient-friendly regulations for interoperability, and adoption of AI in healthcare. Where are we today? We have built this by working very, very closely with more than 35 doctors. We are already live with 2 clinics in Florida, 1 big hospital chain in Bangalore, and 4 telehealth companies. And this is just the beginning. By the year end, we are on track to be deployed with 50 doctors in the US. In 6 years, our ARR will be $100 million. This is an extremely, extremely exciting space to be in today. We are uniquely positioned with 2 core value propositions. 1, we reduce documentation load of the doctors. And 2, we help them understand their patients better and faster. Our unfair advantage is the deep clinical intelligence that we have built in Arintra. And the best part is our AI model improves with every patient that goes through Arintra. But building this requires a perfect combination of deep tech and medical experts. That's exactly the team behind Arintra. Both Preeti and I are PhDs in AI from University of Maryland. We have helped build companies before in Silicon Valley, and together we have more than 60 US patents and publications. Our advisory board almost looks like a top hospital in the country. And most importantly, a very, very passionate team of 11 full-time members. Together, we are on a mission to reduce EHR time of physicians by 50%. Thank you.
Thank you, Arintra. That was a fantastic presentation. And now it's time to call upon startup number 4. They're called Syntactic AI. And to introduce them, I'd like to invite their mentor, Manish Kumar, again, who's coming up on screen. He's the Senior Director of Engineering Cloud Volume Services, NetApp. Ladies and gentlemen, Manish on screen.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Manish and I head the Cloud Engineering Group here at NetApp Bangalore. Today, I will be talking about one of the recent problems that many organizations are facing with a rapid increase and explosion of data. And that is about making the right business decisions when your data sources are fragmented and spread across different locations, different business units. And this is becoming more and more prominent when the data is growing day by day. Syntactic AI is trying to solve this problem through their predictive data science platform, what they fondly call as operating system for data as a service. We have seen their demos and believe that they have the right solution to this problem. We are also trying to help them position their product and address some of the product gaps in their future roadmap. I would like to wish Chetan and the entire Syntactic team all the best for their venture. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Chetan. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Syntactic AI. There's so much of data out there, but knowing everything is useless. But knowing the right thing at the right time makes a lot of difference. Today, we do not react. We preempt things and solve the problem before even it occurs. Hence, prediction becomes one of the key elements in every business standpoint. But ladies and gentlemen, I would like to differ here by saying prediction is not everything, but predicting accurately is everything. As per the facts, today 87% of data science projects never get into production. While billions of dollars have been poured into this field of getting the prediction right and into the field of data science, which actually gives companies a competitive advantage in the current market. But where are we today? With high volume of data and increasing data sources, complex infrastructure which is completely broken, and siloed departments and manual processes which doesn't talk to each other, and with a huge skill gap when it comes to data science, there's no easy way of getting things right. As Syntactic AI, we want to empower every business to bring in data-driven decision-making across organizations by enabling them to derive outcomes that is faster, accurate, and scalable. Hence, at Syntactic AI, we want to build one intuitive platform where anybody, be it the data analyst or the business decision guys, can just come in, connect the raw data, and deploy off-the-shelf predictive models and start deriving insight that is accurate and faster. We are a domain agnostic platform, but solution focused on predictions. And today we've been focusing on building some of the pre-built models, which are very important and most sought use cases that becomes a framework of challenges for any particular business. Let me talk about one of the use case of our favorite customer, Reckitt Benckiser, which is the parent brand of Dettol and Lysol. Everybody knows them. Though having their own internal data arm and also having access to hundreds of vendors across the globe, they still chose Syntactic AI for predicting demand forecasting across their online sales on Amazon, Walmart, and Target. What did we do different, or how did we even bring in the difference to them? By a single percent increase in prediction makes a lot of business impact. By using Syntactic AI platform, Reckitt Benckiser was able to get 7% increased accuracy when it comes to demand forecasting models. Not only that, they were able to deploy this model 50% faster compared to the existing tool used by the internal team. Let me also talk about LoanZen, which is one of India's fastest growing microfinance company, which offers loans to individuals to buy automobiles or increasing their fleet. One of the biggest challenge LoanZen had was in terms of their highest loan default rates. By bringing in Syntactic AI, we were not only able to aggregate data across various systems LoanZen operated, and also help them build a credit worthiness model that helped them to reduce the entire loan disbursement process that was taking 8 days to 10 days earlier to 2 days using our solution. With Denali, which is one of the India's leading asset and facility management company, which manages various software technology parks as well as economic zones, we were able to aggregate data coming from 1,200 sensors on a real-time basis from every device. And with more than 250 devices across a particular location, we were able to build across a preventive and predictive model that accurately depicted the due dates which each of these devices were due for services and maintenance. That increased the overall operation efficiency by 70%. To derive better prediction, you need better data quality. And that's exactly what we are striving hard at Syntactic AI. With our built-in best-of-the-class data ingestion framework, we not only get data across various sources, but we also get it from different structures, be structured data, unstructured, or even the real-time data. And with the platform capability to aggregate the data at lightning speed on the memory, the platform has the capability to identify the right model that is required for any particular use case. Hence, our accuracy is generally in the range of 80 to 90%, which is far, far better compared to any other AI tool available in the market. And we also give the flexibility to our customers to bring their data across various cloud providers or on-premise and deploy it anywhere they want, breaking the entire vendor lock-in facility over there. I would like to highlight here telling we're just not an AI tool. We are an end-to-end platform which doesn't require any kind of data preparation, data engineering, or processing to be done. We directly connect to raw data and handle the entire predictive process within a single platform. Since our beta launch in 2020 January, we've been able to work across companies ranging from startups to enterprises over different markets like India, North American market, and the Middle East. And with some of our ecosystem partners like NetApp, Accenture, and also the economic partnership Northeastern University Boston, we definitely see to go to global reach in the coming days. The journey has just begun for us. Though we've been able to make some dramatic shift in the data science field currently, to stay ahead in the market, we need better access to right skill set, right infrastructure, and definitely require a good capital too. Hence, we are looking for a seed fund of $750,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude here by saying prediction is not everything, but predicting accurately is everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Syntactic AI, for that amazing presentation. Before moving to the next one, audience, I'd just like to remind you that if you have any questions for the teams, please use the Q&A tab on your screen to post these questions. Those of you looking to get in touch with the startup can also use the chat window or drop us an email, and we'll be more than happy to connect you. All right, moving on, it's time for startup number 5 to come up and present. They're called BrainSight AI, and to introduce them, I'd like to call their mentor, Mrinal Bhattacharjee, Principal Engineer, NetApp, on the screens. Everyone, round of applause for Mrinal.
Hello, everyone. I am Mrinal Bhattacharjee. I am a principal engineer in the File Systems and ONTAP Engineering Group at NetApp. And at present, I look at the NetApp Cloud Solutions. The startup I mentored is in the mental health domain. Mental health problems need no introduction. They afflict a large majority of the human population, even people close to us. And it is believed that such cases may be on the rise. Using AI ML techniques in the mental health research is a big evolving space. The startup that I mentored is BrainSight AI. BrainSight AI is a startup that is developing tools to aid both clinicians and patients. On one side, they have a platform that provides clinicians with AI-enabled models for clinical decision making. And on the other, they have a patient care app that helps them with their diagnosis and recovery. I wish them all success. With this, I'll hand over the stage to Lina, who's the CEO at Brainsight. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lina Mandel, founder CEO at Brainsight AI. At Brainsight AI, we are pioneering new tools to understand the human brain to help millions of people suffering from brain health issues. In our vision, we are joined by world-leading accelerator programs and deep tech founders. So what is the problem that we are solving? 1 in 6 people worldwide today suffer from brain-related disorders. This number is only slated to increase with demographic aging and unhealthy lifestyles. Together, it's slated to cost us around $16.3 trillion by 2030, higher than cancer, diabetes, or chronic respiratory disorders. Now, over the past few years, startups have tried to address multiple aspects of this problems, like virtual care models, better measurement of symptomatic data. There has been an explosion of neurotech companies as well, which are focusing on things like deep brain stimulation. In fact, $19 billion have been put in by private funds in these neurotech companies. But the problem still remains. The diagnosis of these disorders is a long, unpredictable journey, which can take months or even years. To give you a few examples, research has shown that 66% of patients who have suffered a psychotic attack are on the wrong treatment in the first 3 critical months. This is because in the absence of advanced tools, psychiatrists have to understand from symptoms and signs what the patient is going through, and that is a long journey. This has implications for pharma, where more than 200 clinical trials have failed since 2003. It has implications for those fancy neurotech companies, where things like non-invasive brain stimulation have such wildly varying rates of success that it's hard to trust it, and that's because it can't be personalized. Now, for patients who are suffering from these disorders, it's a race against time. All of us know somebody who's going through a serious mental issue. Now, it's not like we don't have answers. Hundreds of neuroscientists over the past few decades have used advanced technologies like functional MRI and resting state functional MRI to get an unprecedented view into the brain. If we are only able to pool all of this into biological models and overlay it with AI, we would be able to address all the problems that I talked about. Now, what would this model look like? Essentially, it would bring together the structural and the functional architecture of the brain, just like Google Maps brings together your road map and your traffic map together. To do so, you need to be able to bring together the normal structural MRI of your brain with a whole brain resting state functional MRI. And then, just like Google Maps, if we are able to overlay a layer of 3D visualization and AI on top of it, you're able to ask questions that you could never before. Like, will this patient move towards amnesiatic form of dementia? Are there biotypes which could help us make better drugs? And so on. The possibilities are immense. What it needs is somebody to bring these tools from the research setting into the industry setting. And that's what Brainsight does. Brainsight's voxel box technology is a one-click solution for doctors to access these powerful technologies. We are able to, unlike a lot of other companies, we are able to look at the functional architecture of the brain and able to overlay it with AI and 3D simulation, something which is unprecedented in the industry. Together with digital phenotyping, we're able to create reports such as this, where we are able to show the functional activity and connectivity. This was for a patient who within 2 hours, the doctor was able to decide that they had schizophrenia without bipolar, thus reducing that entire time from 3 months to 2 hours. Now, today, we are essentially providing our solution to hospitals. We're working with neurosurgeons who really love our products. That's our beachhead market, where we are providing them the voxel box, which is the basic workflow tool, with the AI and 3D simulation reports on top of it. Let me end with talking a little bit about the team. I'm Lina. I have 14 years of experience in healthcare policy and technology. I'm a proud alumni of NetApp and have an MBA from the Indian School of Business. And this here is Dr. Rimching Agarwal, my co-founder. With a PhD from one of the top mental health and neurosciences institutes in the world, she's one of the few people globally lying at the intersection of machine learning, neuroimaging, and psychiatry. We are joined by the 6-member multidisciplinary team and the accelerator programs. With that, let me end this by saying that the healthcare industry desperately needs tools for better access into the brain, and we at Brainside AI are able to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Brainside AI. That was great. Moving on to the next startup. They're called SN126, and to introduce them, I'd like to invite their mentor, Nanda Anigeri, Quality Assurance Manager, NetApp. Over to you, Nanda.
Hi everyone, I am Nanda Anigeri, Senior QA Manager in HC Radix CSAR team. In QA world, we all wish we know our customers well, the scenarios, the workflows, and have them executed in real time on our test environment. Is this possible? Isotope is the answer. What Isotope does is, it observes the customer environment, workflows, and to learn and then implement the same on the test environment. Isn't it super cool? With that, I would like to introduce Puneet Khanduri, who will take us through Isotope product in detail. Thank you.
It's Oscars night. The year is 2014. Ellen decides to take out her camera and take a selfie. And spontaneously, all these movie stars come together for what is about to become the most iconic moment in Twitter's history. This tweet had about 3.2 million retweets. And I was part of the core services engineering team that at that point decided to roll out a change that would accidentally delete this and all of its retweets. This was very embarrassing for us. It took us a while to figure out what had gone wrong and even longer to fix the damage that we had done. Fast forward to a year later, this time new users couldn't sign up. Anytime a new user would try to sign up, they would get the same error message saying that the username that you're trying to sign up with is already taken. Of course, the internet found out before we did, and by the time we had fixed the problem, our stock was already down 5%. An important caveat to this disaster is that it never actually happened. The story that I'm about to tell you today is about this and many other disasters that didn't happen. It's easy to protect your business from these disasters when you're starting out small. There's only a handful of things that your business does, and it's easy for you to test all of these things by hand. But as your business becomes more sophisticated and complex, you need to start writing tests so that you can test all of these things without having to test things by hand. Eventually, your business becomes so complex that it becomes impossible for you to enumerate all of these different things that your business does and write every single test by hand. Automation in this situation doesn't really help you. If you're only testing 1 out of the 10 things that your business does, it doesn't matter if you run the same test a million times. If any of the other 9 things break, you still have a problem on your hand. So how do you deal with that problem? How do you make sure that you're testing everything and not just a handful of things? Most of the times, you're not. You're just testing a handful of things and hoping for the best, that everything will just work out when you deploy it to production. This is the reason why almost 30% of all production deploys have to be rolled back. Ideally, what you'd want to do is make sure that anything that could happen to your code in production has already happened to it before your code goes into production, so that when you finally deploy, there are no surprises. That's where we come in. We observe your production environment to learn all the different business scenarios that your code might experience, and then we run simulations of all these business scenarios on your undeployed code. And if we find anything wrong, we report it back to you. This all sounds a little bit like magic, so let's talk about how it works. You have a production environment and you've got a bunch of simulation environments, test environments, right? So the good code that you have is in production, and that code is receiving a bunch of traffic. That traffic then results in your code interacting with the outside world to get more traffic. Isotope observes all of these interactions between your code and the outside world. It then condenses the millions of things that happen to your code in production down to thousands of distinct business scenarios that are then used to run simulations on your new code. Any differences in the behavior of the new code compared to the code that is already in production are then reported back to you. One of our customers is an online marketplace, and their users are always trying to game the system by using expired coupon codes. In one of their releases, they would have accidentally started accepting these expired coupon codes, which would have been really, really bad because they didn't have any tests that were checking for this kind of disaster. No PagerDuty alerts would have gone out if this code had gone into production. And the only way they would have found out is when the business guys came back and said, hey guys, how come the transaction volume's up, but the revenues are down? Fortunately, we were there to catch this bug. And by doing so, we ended up saving the customer millions of dollars. 2014 Oscars is an iconic moment in Twitter's history, but it is also a humbling reminder of the engineering disaster that we ended up causing. The thought I want to leave you with today is, what are you going to do to make sure that your Oscar moment remains Oscar-worthy and not cringe-worthy? Thank you.
Thank you, SN126. That was a brilliant presentation. And now it's time for the last startup for today to come up and present, and they're called Litmus Automation. To introduce them, I'd like to call their mentor, Christian Ott, Director, Solution Engineering, NetApp, on your screens.
Hi, my name is Chris Ott. I'm working as a Director for Solution Engineering in the automotive vertical at NetApp. I'm responsible for a team that is looking after our largest automotive OEMs and tier 1 suppliers. And one of the challenges that we have is we need to help our customers collect their data at the edge, so in the manufacturing process, and help them gain valuable insights out of that. One thing that Litmus really helps us with is getting to market with a solution at the edge, collecting data in the manufacturing process, and then we as NetApp can utilize the data fabric to help our customers get the data at the time where it's needed, to the place where it's needed, with the attributes that it's needed with. My thoughts about Litmus Automation are, I've met a very energetic team that's very responsive and that wants to get stuff done. Right? So my interaction so far has been very positive. It's been a great experience to talk to John and Bill and the rest of the team. We're now entering in a phase where we want to get together with our customers. So I'm really looking forward to the work in the future and hopefully some really good projects.
Hey everyone, my name is John Eunice. I'm one of the co-founders and COO at Litmus. Just a bit of background about Litmus. We've been around since 2014 and we're headquartered in San Jose, California. We also have offices in Toronto, Canada, as well as Tokyo, Japan. Our primary focus is on the manufacturing and industrial space, tackling the Industry 4.0 connectivity market. And we're backed by Mitsubishi Corporation, who completed our most recent Series A funding round. Mainly we work with large Fortune 500 customers. We have a global ecosystem of OEMs, system integrators, and other partners that we go to market with. And we're on a great growth trajectory. So the company has pretty much doubled in size each year over the last couple of years. And this year we're targeting a 200% growth, which is a tremendous growth rate for our company. And we're recognized in the market. So Gartner has recognized Litmus as a top 5 industrial IoT platform vendor, as well as featured in Mac Nation as the #1 IoT edge vendor for the last 3 years as well. As you can see here, we mainly work with large-scale organizations across different manufacturing verticals. We also have various OEMs and hardware companies, cloud companies, and system integrators that we go to market with in terms of co-selling or white labeling engagements. So what is smart industry? It's really a connection across OT, IT, and the business. So enabling organizations to seamlessly have information flowing across both the factory, their IT teams, as well as to the corporate entities as well. So really the biggest challenge that companies are facing here is that OT has been traditionally a siloed island of information. It's really difficult for the business and IT teams to really understand what's happening within the factory for many reasons, but it's traditionally been disconnected from the enterprise. So why this has been so difficult for companies to really be able to tap into these rich data sources within factories is that you have a lot of proprietary information which is trapped within a lot of these legacy devices or legacy systems within the factory. So you have over the last 40, 50 years, a lot of these automation vendors which have created basically silos of information within their individual controllers or robotic systems or CNC machines. So they have their own proprietary protocols, data formats, data structures, and there's no really easy way to get access to all this data in a seamless way across all these different proprietary systems. So that's really where we come in with our modern edge platform, which is called Litmus Edge. Litmus Edge has over hundreds and hundreds of different pre-built protocol drivers, which can essentially tap into all these different data sources across any type of PLC or robotic system sensor, so that we can seamlessly connect to those data sources and collect that data and normalize it into one common data format and structure. So now that they have a normalized data structure across the enterprise. And then once that data is available, we can calculate different KPIs that they're looking for or various type of analysis, as well as enable them to create applications on top of the data or bring their own applications to be deployed inside the factory to leverage this data itself. And then be able to integrate that data up to the enterprise so now that they can leverage it in big data or cloud systems or their data lakes or other enterprise systems. And then on top of that, we have the Edge Manager. So IT teams can basically centrally manage all their edge deployments across multiple factories, multiple data sources, and be able to orchestrate all their applications from the cloud or machine learning models from the cloud down to the edge to run within the factory itself. So just a high-level customer story here, how customers actually leverage the platform. Saint-Gobain is one of our key customers. They have, and the business unit we're working with has about 45 factories, which they've standardized our solution. A company of that size, obviously they've gone through many acquisitions. The kind of systems and machines and assets in each one of their plants is really not standardized at all. So having a system like Litmus Edge, which can seamlessly connect across all their different asset types across all of their factories, that it can easily collect all that data, normalize it, so now they have a common data model across all of their factories. They have local analytics running and KPIs available for their machine operators all the way up to the plant managers, so they can get the kind of information that they're looking for in real time. And then they have that data being pushed out to their MES, their ERP systems, as well as to the cloud, where they're running Edge Manager centrally within AWS. So their IT teams can now manage across all their factories around the world, all their Edge deployments and all the data and devices from the Edge Manager layer. And we can provide that data to their data science teams where they can build out predictive failure models and applications on top of the data. And as they start to create those applications and predictive failure models, they can push them down to run on the Edge devices. So now that we can take Litmus Edge can take real-time automated control back to assets based on these algorithms that have been created. So if the machine's about to break down, it can auto-correct the situation or send some sort of alert to a plant or maintenance person to come service the machine. So this kind of system is very configurable. They were able to deploy it in less than a year, which really speaks to how configurable this kind of system is without they didn't require any sort of system integrator or external help. Thank you, everyone. Let me know if you have any questions and happy to connect afterwards as well.
Thank you, Litmus Automation, and thank you to all the 7 startups who presented. It was absolutely phenomenal, and I'm sure every single one who've tuned in here can't wait to know what the results are. But like I said, it's quiz time again, and we had asked a question a little earlier. That was question number 1, which was, how does NetApp Accelerate Her program benefit women entrepreneurs? Most of you had given the correct answer, but the correct answer is D, all of the above. So congratulations to all the winners who sent it in. The first 3 winners are going to get the vouchers, and I'm sure you can see your names in the scroll bar below. Those are the winners of question number 1. Congratulations to all of them. And now we're moving to question number 2. Question number 2 is, which startup founder has previously worked at NetApp? Option A, Chetan KR, co-founder and CEO Syntactic AI. Option B, Abhijit Joshi, co-founder and CEO Cloud Hedge. Option C, John Eunice, co-founder and COO Litmus. And option D, Lina Emanuel, co-founder and CEO Brainsight AI. And your time starts now. Make sure you send in the question number along with the options. I see a lot of correct answers. And your time is up. That was question number 2. We're going to move into question number 3. But before that, let me tell you what the correct answer for the previous question was. If any of you have any guesses, now's the time to send it in. But the first 3 winners are the only ones who are going to get the voucher. The correct answer for question number 2 is option D, Lina Emanuel, the co-founder and CEO of Brainsight AI. So congratulations to the winners. You're going to see your names in the scroll bar below. The 3 winners who were the first 3 to answer for question number 2. Congratulations to the winners. And I have one more question with me. That's the last question for today. Question number 3 is, which startup allows you to do API testing without writing tests? Is it A, Syntactic AI, B, Blinken, C, SN126, or D, Litmus Automation? And your time starts now. Make sure you send in the question number along with the options. I see a lot of correct answers. Your time is up, and the correct answer for question number 3 is coming up on your screens. Congratulations to the winners who wrote it. The correct answer is C, SN126. You're going to see your names in the scroll bar below. So congratulations to the top 3, and congratulations to all the winners so far. You will receive your vouchers by email in a few days. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite an extremely special gentleman. He is a serial entrepreneur who co-founded HiQ Labs to bring data-driven people decisions to the workplace. He is credited with creating the people analytics category and is recognized as a future of work thought leader. Ladies and gentlemen, please invite on your screens Mr. Darren Kaplan.
Hello, cohort number 7. And congratulations on Demo Day. This is a big deal. And I first off also want to thank NetApp for inviting me today to be one of the keynotes at the NetApp Accelerator graduation. This is really exciting, and I'm grateful for everyone tuning in. My name is Darren Kaplan. I sit in Miami, Florida. I'm part of the San Francisco to Miami exodus. I'm a former founder, angel investor, and mentor. And I was asked today to give a keynote to the wonderful Cohort 7 class. And I wanted to think about what I should talk about to set everybody up for success. And it got me thinking about just the basic fundamentals. So I wanted to start with a story for everybody. I play golf. And when I learned how to play golf, I was given a book. And the book was written by Ben Hogan. And it was his fundamentals. It's called The 5 Lessons. And in getting ready to talk about today's Cohort 7 graduation, I went back to think about how can Ben Hogan take a complicated golf swing and a multi-billion-dollar industry and break it down to 5 lessons. And there were 5 lessons. And then I started to think about the order of his 5. And he started with the grip. The grip was very important to Ben Hogan because it's where the club connected to the hands. And if you got the grip right, you can do a lot of magical movements with the ball. Now, if you're a golfer or not a golfer, you can easily Google Ben Hogan's 5 fundamentals and understand the other 5 or the other 4. But then it got me thinking about what are the fundamentals I can pass along to this wonderful class that helped me become a successful founder, mentor, investor, friend, family member. And I gave it some thought. So I wanted to share my 5 and they will change. And I hope that everyone who is in the audience thinks about these 5 and maybe create your own 5. But I wanted to share the 5 for today. The first, as a startup founder, I think it's really important that you understand your why. And this is something that Simon Sinek talks a lot about. And I'm going to share a clip so everyone can access some of these fundamentals that I'm talking about. So Simon Sinek talks about the power of the why. So I think it's important that we know why we get up every day to build a startup that will become a $1 billion, then multi-billion dollar company. Know your why. And this is something we've done in our company, where we really ask all our employees to understand, why do we exist? Why are we here? What are we going to change? Know your why. The second fundamental, reflection. Very important. As a CEO, your time is valuable. You're going to be in back-to-back meetings. The calendar is going to be messy. Make sure you have time to reflect. When it comes to reflection, I point everyone to Ray Dalio's principles. Pain plus reflection equals progress. There will be pain. The product might not have fit. Customers will be angry. You will make bad choices. The importance is, when you see that pain, learn from it. And you learn from it by taking time to reflect. Then write down those little gems, and those gems become your own fundamentals. But please leave time for reflection. However you want to reflect. Could be a walk. Could be at the gym. But the best type of pain plus reflection will always start with an I. What did I do that I shouldn't? What decision did I make that I should rethink? So that also is a little bit of a nugget. But again, I will leave a link to the Ray Dalio's principles. I think everything I'm talking about has helped set me up, and I hope it sets you up for success. The next principle, number 3, play to your strengths. Everyone talks about strengths-based cultures. Know your strengths, go all in on your strengths. Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, talks a lot about this. He talks about, if he played basketball every day and trained every day for basketball, he will never be a great basketball player, but he loves basketball. Know your strengths. Staff around it. If you are a technical CEO and you don't know how to do sales, that's okay. Hire around that. Hire a great sales team. If you're a marketing CEO and you don't have the technical skills, that's okay. Don't be the technical person. Hire around that. But I think as you build out your company, understanding a strengths-based culture will set you up for success. The next fundamental, listen with empathy. Listen with empathy. There is a lot of information on the web on how to learn how to listen. There is confrontational listening, which is you're listening, waiting just to have the argument. But what I hope for everybody is you get to a place of empathetic listening. You get to a place where you can be present in your team meetings, in your board meetings, in your staff meetings, in your customer meetings, in your life. Be present. Be empathetic. You will have better conversations. You will have better relationships. And then I also think that will lead to just different type of happiness and different type of product decisions. So that is also something I wish for everyone to work on, because that is a skill. And the last fundamental is time. Time is the true currency. And just like today, I am grateful for your time. there is something called the Eisenhower metrics. I'm sorry, it's the Eisenhower matrix. Eisenhower is a former United States president, and he had a matrix called urgent versus important. Guard your time and then bucket your time for what needs to get done. And for me, a nice way to bucket is always urgent versus important. And then when I bucket that way, I have a little bit more of insight on how I want to spend my week, my day, my time, because we can't get that time back. So everybody who is graduating on Cohort 7, I wish for you only the greatest success. I wish for you to create new categories that you were bold enough to leave your job to build a great company. And these fundamentals helped me. I wish for you to find your fundamentals. I hope that you then can share your fundamentals both with me, Cohort 8, Cohort 9, as well as Cohort 654321. We all are here to lift each other up. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to spend a little bit of time with this great class. I want to thank NetApp for inviting me, and I hope that everyone has an incredible demo day. Good luck, and go get them, everybody. You're going to do great.
Thank you very much, Darren, for those encouraging words. And for the audience, you can download the files that he was referring to earlier from the handout tab on the top right corner of your screen. And now it's time for another poll. We'd like to hear from you. Going forward, how often would you prefer to work from home? Would it be never, occasionally, which is 1 to 2 times a month, regularly 1 to 2 times a week, or always full-time remote work? Please tell us what you feel of how you'd like to work from home going forward. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your polls, and thank you for taking part and telling us what you feel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to tell you about a very eminent panel of jury who have spent a lot of time and effort to decide who the winners for today are. These awards were finalized by the NetApp mentors who looked into each startup's strength, segments they operate in, how much they have moved forward in their time with NetApp. Let's get a virtual round of applause for the amazing jury that you're going to see on the screen. Come on, everyone, put your hands together. Fantastic. Thank you so much, jury members, for taking so much time out and telling us who the winners are, and I'm going to reveal to you very shortly. Now, as they've all said, it's been a very difficult choice for the jury to select only 3 winners out of the 7 startups because they've been so extremely competitive and competent in the industry segment. They've said that just being here makes them all winners. And before I reveal to you who the winners are, I'd like to wish every single startup exponential growth in their journey ahead. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's go into the awards. We had 7 startups who pitched today. 3 of them are going to walk away winners under the following categories: Most Innovative Product, Best Growth Strategy Award, and Investor's Choice Award. It's time to reveal to you the first winner, who's under the category of Most Innovative Product. As you all know, ladies and gentlemen, innovation need not always be what is new in the market, but what is needed the most at the moment in time. To tell you who the winner for Most Innovative Product, I'd like to invite Sunita Rao, Senior Director at NetApp, to introduce the winner.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sunita Rao, and as part of the NetApp Accelerator, I'm here to present the Most Innovative Product category. And the reason why this particular product category, the winner of this product category stands different is because of the product they built in terms of solving the challenge to migrating to the cloud. And they have channelized and energized their teams to actually work towards a great product. And now, without much ado, let me announce the winner for the Most Innovative Product category, and that is Cloud Edge. Cloud Edge, congratulations, team. You've done an excellent job and hope to see you more successful moving forward in your product. Thank you, and congratulations once again.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to Cloud Hedge, the winner of the first category of Most Innovative Product. I'm sure the team must be very excited. Big congratulations to the entire team. And thank you very much, Sunita, for doing the honors. Let's move into the second category for today, which is Best Growth Strategy. Speed matters, ladies and gentlemen, in life as well as in technology. How fast a company can grow is determined not by who we're competing with, but how fast we're executing it. And to tell us who the winner for Best Growth Strategy is, I'd like to invite the founder and MD of Securely Share, a Cohort 4 alumnus, Mr. Prakash Bhaskaran, to announce the winner of Best Growth Strategy.
Hi, I'm Prakash Bhaskaran, founder and CEO of Securely Share. It's my pleasure to announce the Best Growth Strategy Award today, and the award goes to Rintra from NetApp Cohort 7. Any business flourishes when it is backed by a strong customer base. Not easy for a new startup. The competition will be relentless. The only fallback a business has its growth strategy. So why Arintra is a winner? Arintra is a medical assistant to reduce clinical documentation overload for physicians and allow them to attend to more patients. They can sit inside an existing clinical ERP solution and enable a faster turnaround. The pandemic has not only overloaded the medical fraternity globally, has also created a huge documentation challenge. This is the problem Arintra is helping to solve by reducing the burden on physicians while allowing them to be compliant with regulations. So please join me in congratulating Arintra.
Congratulations to Arintra for winning the award under the Best Growth Strategy category. Big congratulations to the entire team of Arintra. Let's get all your messages in the comment box to congratulate this team. Come on, everyone. Let's see those comments coming in. Thank you, Prakash, and congratulations to the winner. We're moving into category number 3, which is our last and final one, and that's called Investor's Choice Award. We've covered innovation, we've covered growth. These are addressed by the fuel called capital. Investors play such an important role in the growth of a startup. And now to announce the winner of this category, I'd like to invite Sri Ranga Mule, Chief Technical Officer, NTT NetMagic, on your screens.
NetApp has been a great partner for us in terms of technology. They have some outstanding products which we have been using in building a lot of services, including our cloud services and storage services which we provide to our customers. I'm here to announce the winner of NetApp Excellerator Cohort 7 Investors Choice Startup. Access to market and capital plays a very important role in any stage of a startup's journey, especially in the formative years. The winner of Investors Choice Startup Award is Litmus Automation. They are an industrial IoT platform. The USP of Litmus is it can collect data from any PLC, DCS, CNC, sensor, and present actionable analytics to business.
Congratulations to the team of Litmus for winning the award under Investor Choice category. Superb achievement, and big congratulations to the entire team of Litmus. And thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Wow, it was a great day of seeing 7 brilliant startup pitches. A lot of hard work has gone into the past 4 months, and ultimately you saw 3 winners come out of that. So big congratulations to the winners. Let's see all of you comment in the chat box and send in your congratulations to all the winners and every startup who came up here and pitched. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite the Managing Director of NetApp India, Mr. Ravi Chabria. As the Vice President of Engineering, he heads an innovation-driven engineering organization delivering value on NetApp's big data platform, analytics, software, and tools to improve operational outcomes for customers. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the amazing Ravi.
Let me start by wishing each of you a very happy new year. Health and safety still dominate our collective consciousness across the world, but optimism is replacing despair. One thing we can all agree on is 2020 demonstrated technology makes the difference between simply surviving and actually thriving. At NetApp, we believe data is at the core of it. Whether you are amongst the NetApp customers developing vaccines or developing AI services that accelerate vaccine development, or building innovative distribution systems, or monitoring efficacy over time, data is at the core of it all. Today, NetApp specialists deliver cloud services and data management software that help you protect, provision, secure data, apply modern analytical techniques such as AI and machine learning to that data, all at unprecedented scale and speed. Technology is enabling new businesses, new products, new paths to reaching customers. Data and the possibilities it unfolds is the technology foundation of this decade. The cohort of startups you heard from today are at the core of this transformation. NetApp's engagement in this endeavor, our NetApp Accelerator, is not entirely altruistic. These are early days of a large data-fueled transformation. As unrivaled specialists in this domain, NetApp is enabling an ecosystem of solutions on the foundation of managing data, whether it be in your data center, the edge, the core, the cloud, across every major public cloud service: Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Service, Google Cloud. To our cohort participants, I hope that every one of you has benefited from the talent and expertise NetApp put in your service. From our talented technologists, our sales and marketing teams, the business acumen you've gained in engaging with us and our users at the cutting edge of using technology to transform the world. This was also the year we launched NetApp Excellerator, a bold step in recognition of the fact that it is diversity of experience, diversity of thought that fuel innovation. This is a journey that requires conscious and continuing focus. The NetApp Accelerator program is structured such that everyone is a winner. The experience elevates us all. Together we accelerate data-driven transformation. But a special mention to the winners today: Cloud Hedge, Arintra, Litmus Automation. And to all our participants, may this be your year of unrivaled success. We all hope you make the world a better place with NetApp. To those of you that yearn to create, to build, to innovate, to change the world, as this cohort ends, another one begins. Connect with us. Help us help you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ravi. With that, we've come to the end of our event. And as Ravi said, as this cohort ends, another begins. Applications are currently open for the 8th cohort. To know more, do get in touch with us and visit startup.netapp.in. Also, please refer to the handbook and get in touch with the startups. You can email us and we'll be happy to connect you. Congratulations to the first 200 joinees of this event and the winners of the quiz. You will receive the details about your saplings and the vouchers by email in a few days. On behalf of everyone who organized this, thank you to each and every one of you for joining us on this virtual demo day. This is MC Anuj signing off. Goodbye and have yourselves a great evening. Thank you.